Hi everyone, it's Mr. Francy here, and it's time for the next weekly vlog. This vlog is going to cover from the 6th through to the 12th of May 2024. Welcome back if you've been here before, and if you're new, welcome. For all those who are new, just going to quickly go through our table of contents first of all. Each weekly vlog that I do is split up into 3 sections. The first has me giving a life update. What's been going on generally? How are things going in my life? Heck, how are things going on in yours? The second thing I jump into is my watching section. What have I been watching TV and movie-wise? And then we wrap everything up with the third section, which is my reading section, talking all about my reading. And boy, do we have things to discuss when it comes to all 3. So let's jump right on in, grab the cleaning supplies or the nice beautiful tea or coffee or something, or make sure you're ready to go out if you're going to go for a walk while listening to this, and let's jump right on in. Weekly vlog for week 2 of May. Alright, so into the life update section, and the first thing I'd like to update, even though we're kind of going a bit out of order here in timeline, is that on the 12th of May, it was my birthday, and I had an amazing birthday. There's a lot that I did throughout the course of the week, and as far as my birthday was concerned, my birthday started off on the 12th, not the 12th, sorry, on the Thursday, which was the 9th of May. I went to high tea at the Windsor with my mother, and I have some pictures that I'm going to show you of that experience because we took some photos, which was amazing. I had a wonderful time there. It was just absolutely fantastic. And then on Sunday, the 12th, it was my actual birthday. So the night before, I had some lovely cake with my father and my stepmother, which was really beautiful. And we ordered some pizza because I was in the mood for pizza, which was lovely. And then I went on Sunday to a dear friend of mine and spent the day with them, and we had an absolute blast. Had some more cake with them. Then we went out and had some lunch, went back to their place, played a few what do you call them, like Nintendo type games. I honestly don't know what his system is called. It's so updated compared to how it was back in my day, but it was a whole lot of fun doing that. Then we went out and got some alcohol and just went back and had a few drinks. I don't drink a lot at all, so yeah, I mean, you know, my main vice when it comes to drinking is vanilla Coke, so I don't have alcohol often at all, and it was just really nice. My friend brought me, shouted me a bottle of Midori. I love Midori as well as Cosmopolitan, and so it was nice to have a Midori and lemonade on my birthday. Probably had a few too many, but that's okay, you know, I'm what they call a fun tipsy person. I was laughing a lot. My friend and I just had a wonderful time, which was great. I came back home fully satisfied with an amazing day for my birthday, and then climbed into bed and basically fell asleep right away. It was just absolutely wonderful. As for other updates, yeah, it's been really interesting. Just, you know, being between jobs at the moment, obviously, things are very different to how they were. But, yeah, some sad news is that my father was diagnosed with COVID a couple of days ago, so that's been tough. We've kind of had to find ways to deal with that. I've been fortunate enough, despite the fact that I do live with my father, I do not have COVID, so I'm glad for that. But yeah, I just feel really bad for my father. He's such a hard-working, honourable guy, and it was just really tough to find out that he had it. My stepmother ended up getting it herself a couple of days later, but as I say, I'm fortunate enough to not have it, and I hope I can somehow not get it. But I spent a lot of yesterday, which technically was Monday. I'm doing this on Tuesday, and then in the following, today's the 14th of May, my time of recording. I'm a bit behind on my recording of videos, but I spent yesterday just going out and doing things for my dad, like doing a weekly shop and getting some meds for him and stuff like that. So yeah, you know, anything you can do to help. I haven't had COVID. I've been blessed to not have it yet, and so yeah, just anything I can do to make things a little easier on my dad and my stepmom, of course I'm going to do. But yeah, otherwise it's been really interesting. Just wait till we get to the book update, because the reading update, because I have a lot to discuss with the reading update, and that will show you even how much more interesting things have been. But yeah, that's practically the life update to this point. I can't really think of much else to add that I haven't added yet. So yeah, just had a wonderful birthday. As I said, I have a video coming up to celebrate my birthday at some point soon, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, just yeah, I'm doing all right. How are you? Let me know in the comment section below your life update. How are things happening and progressing with yourself? All right, let's jump into segment number 2, the watching segment. And as I said in my week 1 for May weekly vlog, my focus when it comes to watching is fully, wholly, and completely revolving around the classically beautiful show Seventh Heaven. I am currently watching season 1 and I am now over halfway, so I'm currently up to season 1 episode 13. So I would like to kind of match the episode to the day of the month that it is. So tonight, being the 14th of May, I'm going to watch episode 13 and 14, and then tomorrow being the 15th, I'll watch episode 15. It's been such an interesting ride watching Seventh Heaven. I have had a number of different episodes here or there where I've been like in tears watching these shows, and it's just been absolutely amazing, because I was even saying this to my mum. It's incredible how I can watch all the Saw movies and be absolutely fine. I can watch, and yet I can watch an episode of Seventh Heaven and just bawl into tears, like break down in tears, because of how much the episode affects me. But yeah, I love classic Seventh Heaven. I love season 1. It's just been amazing watching everything that's gone on. If you've seen the show, I'll just say a few words so as not to spoil. You'll know what I mean. And if you haven't seen it, then you'll get a general gist without me giving anything away. But in season 1, early on, the Reverend Camden's sister, Julie, comes over to their place, and we find out that she's an alcoholic. She's suffering from the illness of alcoholism. And something extremely horrible goes down, that I won't say what it is, that truly affected me. And then towards the end of the episode, we have this moment where everything is much better, because Seventh Heaven always ends on a good note. And I was just bawling my eyes out at the end of that episode. But yeah, really enjoyed watching Matt again. I love classic Matt in Seventh Heaven. Barry Watson, what a phenomenal actor, but also just a great all-round guy. Yeah, just love being back watching Matt do his thing. Love watching Annie. I believe her name is Catherine Hicks. I love watching her, the mum. She's definitely the mother hen, and yeah, I absolutely love that about her. Great seeing Mary in season 1, knowing what's going to come up in season 5, which is why I'm ending at the end of season 4 with this rewatch. But I love seeing Mary in this first season. And what about Lucy? Recently I was watching Lucy's birthday episode. I think that was the most recent episode that I watched, and at the end, I mean, Lucy learns all these lessons, life lessons, throughout the course of the entire episode. The biggest one being gratitude, being thankful for what you have. And the episode ends with the family giving their gifts to Lucy for her birthday. And the tradition with the family is that you make something for the person, or you create something for the person. You don't necessarily buy something for the person. And so it was just really beautiful, all of their little things that they offered. Like Ruthie, the little kid of the family, I don't know how old she is, but she'd be less than 5 for sure, gives her a little voucher saying she can borrow Huey at some time. Huey is Ruthie's imaginary friend, and that Lucy can have Huey for an entire day, which was so cute. Simon, the second youngest, gives Lucy this voucher to make her bed 12 times anytime she needs it done 12 times, which was just perfect. Matt and Mary, the 2 eldest siblings, end up giving Lucy these teen care products, which was really beautiful. And then the Reverend Camden gives her this picture of him holding her in his arms when she was a newborn, moments after she was born. Lucy, Beverly Mitchell, great actress, but the character Lucy ends up breaking down seeing the beautiful picture. She's so appreciative of it. And then her mum, Annie, gives her this necklace that her mother passed down to her. And Lucy was very close with her mum's mum before her mum's mum passed away. She passed away, I think, in like episode 2, or the end of episode 1, or the end of episode 2, one of the two, so very early on. And so it was very nice to see that tradition moving forward. And now Lucy has something of her grandmother's, who she had a very soft spot for. But yeah, I could go on and on and on and on and on about Seventh Heaven. It's just been such a beautiful journey getting back into this. Granted, there is a religious side to the show because the Reverend Camden is, in fact, as you might assume with that title, a reverend. But aside from that, what I love about Seventh Heaven, if you're able to watch it and not necessarily mind that the religious side is there, or you're happy that it's there, is everything else that comes up in the episodes. So many wonderful life lessons, so many beautiful holy family moments that occur, like not holy more in the sense of like beautiful cozy family moments, I guess, that occur. And it's just, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's affecting me as much as it has. As I said to you guys earlier, as I was saying to my mum, I can watch all of the Saw movies and be absolutely fine, but I can watch one episode of Seventh Heaven and completely break down. But yeah, really, really enjoying my time. I'm over halfway through season 1 now, and yeah, my predominant focus will be on Seventh Heaven for the rest of the month, and I haven't really been watching anything else, although I do want to give a shout out, since it is my birthday weekly vlog, to something else that I watched that wasn't a TV show or a movie, and that was Nightwish. That is the band Nightwish, Nightwish, no spaces, Wacken, Wacken, Open Air, and I'll just check what the year was because I was watching on YouTube. Yep, Nightwish live at Wacken Open Air 2013 HD full concert. So it's on YouTube, which is fantastic. It's, as you can imagine, a full concert that they did in 2013. I love Nightwish. They are my favorite band of all time. It's you may think it's very interesting for me because I'm very much a, happy-go-lucky type person trying to spread positive energy, and yet my favorite band of all time is a symphonic metal band. But I absolutely love them, and if you get the chance to ever listen to Nightwish, especially anything from this particular clip, the Nightwish live at Wacken Open Air 2013 HD full concert, I highly, highly recommend it. Their latest singer, they have had 2 singers in the past. The band started with Tarja, and then Tarja left, and then she was replaced with Annette, and then replacing Annette, and she's been with the band now for a while and is still with them, is my absolute favorite singer of all time. From the moment I heard her sing, I was just blown away. She has such an amazing range from ethereal to dark goddess, and just, oh my gosh, absolutely perfect. And her name is Floor Jansen. That's Floorjansen. Even though her surname starts with J, she was born in Holland, so the J is pronounced as a Y, so it's Floor Jansen. And the band itself is Finnish. Floor, so from Finland, and Floor being from Holland, from the Netherlands, joined them, and oh my gosh, it just makes for such an amazing, amazing experience, because imagine listening or watching heavy metal, but rather than it just being electric guitars, bass, and drums, you're also adding the instruments of a symphonic orchestra. It is music to the highest degree. I just, oh my gosh, it is a transcendent experience watching Nightwish. And if you are someone who likes to really rock out, I would recommend listening to Storytime, Floor Jansen singing Storytime by Nightwish. And if you're someone who wants the full range of the experience, from just soft, calm, beautiful music to heavier music from the band itself, and with Floor going from beautiful ethereal head voice into light opera, into full-on metal grunge, back into light opera, into a heavier opera, into a fantastic climax. You can't go past Ghost Love Score at Wacken at Open Air 2013. It is absolutely a transcendent experience listening to Ghost Love Score. But if you prefer your heavy metal to be nothing but your symphonic metal to be nothing but heavy symphonic metal, listen to Storytime. But if you want the full experience, trust me, listen to Ghost Love Score. It is, oh my gosh, it is chef's kiss. I can't listen to enough. I can't praise this band enough. They've been to Australia a couple of times and I haven't seen them yet, but the next time they are here, best believe I'm going to be there. Even if I need to risk going into the mosh pit, I am going to be there. I need to bask in the atmosphere that is Nightwish Live. All right, let's move on to my reading because I have a lot to discuss over there too. Okay, so here we are, section number 3, my reading update, and I have to say that I said earlier, it'll make sense how things have been going when I tell you my reading update. It's been a reading week, I can tell you that much. All right, so I started off. I don't have the books on me. I should grab them. Even though it's audio, I don't know. I like having the books on me and holding them while I talk, so indulge me. I'll be right back. Alright, so first up is a book that I don't have anymore, and so there's a bit of a spoiler for you. Let's quickly talk about what the stats are for this book. It is called Renegades. It is book number 1 in the Renegades series. I don't remember how many books there were. I think there were 4, actually. 3. Renegades Trilogy. There you go. By Marissa Meyer. It was an young adult sci-fi. And I DNF'd this book. I think I made it about 10 chapters in before DNFing. The honest reason why I DNF'd was because despite the fact that it had an amazing premise, Marissa Meyer is just not the author for me. It gave me flashbacks of reading Cinder, which is the first book in the Lunar Chronicles series. I had to work incredibly hard just to get that book delivered to Australia, let alone to my house. And then the book just incredibly disappointed me. But I wanted to give this book a go because I hadn't read sci-fi in such a long time. But the premise just sounds amazing. For me personally, it failed in execution. And as I say, I just don't think Marissa Meyer is the author for me. It just, her writing style can just really annoy me. And also, I don't know. I felt very detached from the characters, from the world. I like to fully immerse myself in a book and feel as though I am literally standing alongside the characters, going through what they are going through with them. And while reading Renegades up to as far as I got, I felt like I wasn't with them at all. The whole time I felt like I was literally reading a book and reading about characters. And as much as that is a reading experience for some people, for myself, when I read, I am literally in that world. If I'm reading a fantastic book, everything else melts away, and I've literally dived into the book, and I am there with them, and I am, doing everything that they're doing, experiencing everything the way that they are experiencing. The main characters become like a family to me, and it just wasn't happening with Renegades. So I wanted to DNF after 2 chapters, decided to keep going, give it more of a chance. I wanted to DNF after 5 chapters, decided to keep going, give it a chance. I wanted to DNF after 7 chapters, and then said, look, we'll give it up to chapter 10, and if it hasn't changed by then, we'll DNF, but maybe it would change, maybe it didn't. So I DNF'd. No hard feelings to Marissa Meyer, and if you love the series, then that's fantastic. I'm glad that you got to enjoy it. It just unfortunately wasn't the series for me. I don't have the series anymore. On the day that I went to see my mum for high tea, I took some unhaul books down with me to her place before we left for high tea, because my mum works at a cancer hospital that has a library, and I love donating my books to the cancer hospital's library. They split this library into 2 sections. One is a selling section where any money made goes back into the hospital, and the other section is a lending library for the inpatients that have cancer. And so any books that I don't want anymore, I give to my mum to give to that library. And after DNFing Renegades, unfortunately, I had the whole box set of the Renegades trilogy. I had every single book in the trilogy. But yeah, I just packed Renegades into the box set with the other two books and unhauled it along with some other books and gave that to my mother. But yeah, so it was a disappointing start for me to DNF Renegades as the first book I was reading. Oh, actually, we need to talk. I've gone a little bit too far backwards because I believe I haven't updated you all on Zodiac Academy. Oh, goodness me. Just a moment. Okay, so when we last spoke, I was getting towards the end of this book, which is Fated Throne by Caroline Peckham and Susan Valenti. This is book number 6 in the Zodiac Academy series. Now, unlike the book I was just telling you about, Renegades, I love this series. I would be completely shocked if I were to DNF any of these books because all of them have so far been 5-star worthy to me. And so when we last spoke, I was nearly finished with this book, but I hadn't completed it, and now I have. So I'll quickly tell you my thoughts and feelings on the book. I won't give you the premise, because it will spoil things, but you can certainly check out the premise on Goodreads. But I will just open up by saying I am still absolutely in love, addicted, obsessed with Zodiac Academy. It is one of the absolute best series, most compelling, enticing series I have ever read, which is a very high compliment. And Caroline Peckham and Susan Valenti, I cannot wait to continue on my journey with this wonderful series. In fact, I already have Heartless Sky, which is book number 7, ready to go for my June TBR, so very, very, very excited. But anyway, my thoughts and feelings on book 6. Look, as I was intimating a moment ago, I've fallen rather deeply for this series, and am so happily binging it this year. This book 6, was amazing as all the others. I'm still loving Max, and wish to see more between Max and Seth. Darius has grown so much over the series. I loved him from page 1 of the very first book, which is The Awakening as Told by the Boys. I love him even more now. Darcy and Tori have grown up so much owing to what has happened to them since they got to Zodiac Academy. And the good news is, I think Geraldine only got 1 or 2 chapters. In this book, if you recall, in my last weekly vlog, I was telling you about the novella, the big A.S.S. Party, and how Geraldine had one of the chapters, and that the narrator is way over the top with Geraldine, and it really annoys me. She only had 2 chapters in this entire book number 6, which is a very long book, so that made me very happy. That was a win for me. But seriously, a fantastic book with an ending that has me hungering for the next one, and I gave it an overwhelming 5 stars. Okay, so I read Fated Thrones. Then I started and DNF'd Renegades. Then I picked up this book, King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard, which is book number... I do not even remember what book number this is. I think it's book number 3. I'm trying to see... Yes, it is. I was just trying to see what the other books are. This is book number 3 in the Red Queen trilogy. It's a YA dystopian series. I did say going into this book that if I'm not enjoying it, I am going to DNF. I warned of that basically a number of times. But first up in the May TBR, I said, yep, if I'm not enjoying it, I'm promising I'm going to DNF. And also I said it in my weekly vlog last week when I spoke about the books I was going to read this week, this past week. Anyway, you know what I mean. Saying that, yeah, if I'm not enjoying it, I'm going to DNF. I did really, really, really well with this book, but unfortunately, ultimately did DNF. And I say unfortunately because it wasn't horrible by any means. It was a lot better than book 2. For those of you who don't recall or haven't heard me talk about this series, I loved book 1. I found Red Queen, I found it absolutely amazing. Book number 2 in this series really let me down. And so I just didn't know how things were going to go with book 3. The beginning of King's Cage was fantastic. It really was. But I think I got about halfway through and just went, yeah, I'm really not feeling this, and I want to read books that I enjoy. Why am I wasting time trying to get through books that I'm not enjoying? So for the second book in a row, I DNF'd. So there you go. You know, I went from a 5-star read to a DNF to another DNF. So let's now talk about what I picked up next, which was the next book that I'm reading. And just as with Zodiac Academy, I will be highly, highly, highly surprised if I DNF this book, because I love this series so much as well. And that is this book, How to Defy a Vampire by Alice Winters. This is book 5 of 5 in the VRC, Vampire Related Crimes series, that I love to death. Basic premise, we are dealing with vampires who are on a vampire police unit, I guess. Vampire police crimes unit thing. And we follow a human as well. His name is Finn. He was on the human police force, but he decided to transfer to the vampire one. The vampire crew on their vampire police force crew are all very interesting in their own ways. They weren't happy that Finn was there, but over time they fell in love with Finn because Finn is just a very charismatic character. And so they fell in love with him. Finn ends up falling in love with his partner that he is assigned to on the force, who I don't remember his name right at this moment, but anyway, I think it's like, starts with M, but anyway. It doesn't matter. And yeah, so it ends up, so this whole series is like a cozy mystery with a level 2 of spice and yet male. And so every book in this series we have a dual perspective following at least one other member of the force that we haven't followed their perspective of yet. We've met them, but we haven't followed their perspective yet. And this is the final book. And I've started reading the first chapter, the first perspective, which is Finn. So that's wonderful. We've gone full circle because in the first book we followed Finn. So it's nice to follow Finn again for this final book in this series. I love it. I love everyone on the force. I love Finn as a character. He is just so fun and charming and cheeky, and he's just fantastic. He's a very entertaining character to follow. And in the first chapter, Finn is with another vampire from the force, Alexei, who is a very he comes across as being very stern, but when you get to know him and uncover all the layers, he's just a nice teddy bear. But anyway, and Finn and Alexei are shopping for these boots for Alexei's boyfriend, and they couldn't be any different. Alexei is someone that loves to dress in all black, very much combat style guy. Excuse me. Whereas his partner, Claude, is very much, oh my gosh, like I say this with the highest of praise, he is like a glittering, sparkling fairy. Like he loves all of the pinks and yellows and whatever. He's just fabulous. And obviously then we have Alexei, who is like, if it's not black, I'm not wasting my time wearing it. And in this very first chapter, which is not a spoiler because they're just shopping together, Finn says to Alexei, you have to get these, and you have to touch them and hold them. And what they are these sparkling pink boots, and Alexei's just revolted by them. And Finn says, you have to think of Claude, Claude will love this, and you're doing it for him. And Alexei says something along the lines of, yes, but then I have to watch him in them all the time. But anyway, and I love Alexei, even though he's very even though he's very strong in his own character, it bounces off so well with other characters like Finn, who doesn't take crap from anyone but is very lighthearted and cheeky. So it makes for such a wonderful time if you can't tell. So despite the fact that I DNF'd the 2 books I did prior to picking up this one, I am so happy to be back in the VRC world. And let's quickly take a look at what I plan to read for the rest of the week before we do indeed run out of time. So the plan is to get through How to Defy a Vampire. I have another couple of days to finish this book off, which will definitely happen. Then I'm picking up book 2 in a new cozy mystery series for me. I loved book 1. Book 2 is called Port Side Peril, and it's by Hope Callahan. This is the cruise ship cozy mystery series, the Millie cruise ship, something like that. Millie is our main character. She works on, as you may have assumed, on a cruise ship, and book 1 was just so much fun. I cannot wait to get back to that one. And I believe that will be it prior to my next check-in with you all. So yeah, so the goal this week is to finish How to Defy a Vampire, start and finish Portside Peril, watch as much Seventh Heaven as I possibly can, and cry as many times as I need to. Cry as many times as I need to with Seventh Heaven, laugh as many times as I need to with How to Defy a Vampire, enjoy and be entertained and whisked away by Portside Peril because I love the cruise ship, and just have a fabulous week. And I hope you all have a fabulous week as well. We are coming to the end here now, so thank you kindly to all of you. Some of you recently subscribed to the channel and I got those notifications. Thank you so much. You made my day. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so kindly for all of your support, and I will see you all in the next one. You have an amazing week, everyone, and happy reading. Bye!